Hello, welcome to the Learn English Lab.
Hello.
Today, we're diving deep, really aiming to enrich your English vocabulary.
That's right. We want to equip you with some more advanced words, give you the definitions, show you how they work with examples.
Exactly. The goal is to help you communicate with more sharpness, more precision, adding those extra layers of meaning.
And we've pulled these from all sorts of places: literature, academic stuff, business contexts.
Even just more sophisticated everyday conversation. We know you're keen to build your vocabulary efficiently, so let's get straight into it.
Sounds good. We're looking at words that add real nuance, real accuracy. It's not just about quantity.
No, it's about skill, isn't it? Using the right word at the right time.
Precisely. How to deploy them effectively for those subtler shades of meaning.
Okay, so let's kick off with words that help with precision and clarity. Using the right word can make such a difference. How about aberration?
Good one. An aberration. It's a noun,
Yeah.
and it basically means something that departs from what's normal or expected.
Usually in a negative way.
Often, yes. Like you might say, this sudden drop in sales is a concerning aberration. It signals something's unusual and probably not good.
Got it. A worrying deviation. What about acumen?
Acumen. That refers to the ability to make good judgments and quick decisions, usually in a specific area.
Like financial acumen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone sharp and perceptive with money matters.
Okay. And if someone's adroit?
Adroit means clever or skillful, often with hands or, mentally agile.
So like an adroit negotiator. Someone who skillfully handles tricky talks.
Perfect example. Then there's alacrity. That's a lovely word.
It sounds energetic.
It is. It means brisk and cheerful readiness. Quick eagerness. Imagine someone starting a new challenging job with alacrity. They're enthusiastic, ready to go.
I like that. It's more than just willing, it's eager and quick.
And notice how these words add richness. Instead of just good at, adroit gives you skillful ingenuity. Alacrity is more than quick. It's that positive energy.
Okay, how about ameliorate?
Ameliorate. It's a verb. It means to make something bad or unsatisfactory better.
So trying to ameliorate customer dissatisfaction means trying to improve things for them.
Precisely. Making it less bad.
Right. Then we have anomaly, similar to aberration.
Similar, yeah, but maybe not always negative. It's just something that deviates from the standard, the norm.
Like a surprisingly warm day in winter could be an anomaly.
Exactly. It's unusual for the context. Now, aplomb.
Aplomb. That sounds like confidence.
It is. Self-confidence or assurance, especially when you're in a demanding situation.
So handling a tough Q&A session with aplomb means staying cool and collected.
You got it. That poise under pressure. Very useful quality.
Sally.
Okay, next. Let's look at arcane. A-R-C-A-N-E.
Arcane. Sounds mysterious.
It means understood by few, mysterious or secret. Think about highly specialized academic jargon. It might seem arcane to outsiders.
Right, like deciphering ancient texts or something. And austere.
Austere can mean a couple of things. Severe or strict in manner,
Or
having no comforts or luxuries, very simple or plain. An austere lifestyle, or an austere office with minimal decoration.
okay. Simple, maybe even harsh. Then beguile.
The guile. To charm or enchant someone, but often in a deceptive way.
So not always a good thing. Like a con artist might beguile their victims.
Exactly. There's often that undertone of trickery or charming someone to mislead them.
Good distinction. Bolster.
To bolster is to support or strengthen something. You might bolster an argument with new evidence.
Or bolster someone's confidence.
Then candid.
Straightforward.
Good.
Honest.
Yes, truthful and direct. Like candid feedback, it might be tough, but it's honest.
Okay. How about capricious?
Capricious describes sudden, unpredictable changes. Moods, behavior, even the weather or the stock market can be capricious.
Hard to forecast.
Very. It implies a lack of reason behind the changes.
Yeah.
Next, cerebral.
Relating to the brain, intelligence.
Correct. Focused on intellect rather than emotion. A cerebral film tackles complex ideas.
Got it. And chastise.
To reprimand someone severely. Like a boss might chastise an employee for a major mistake. It's stronger than just telling off.
Okay. Clandestine.
That means kept secret or done secretively, especially because it's illicit or unauthorized.
Like a clandestine meeting between spies.
Exactly. That secrecy often implies something forbidden. Then, coalesce.
Coalesce. Sounds like coming together.
It is. To come together and form one mass or whole, different groups might coalesce around a common cause.
Like merging. Okay. Cogent.
Cogent means clear, logical, and convincing, used especially for arguments or reasons.
So a cogent argument is one that really persuades you because it's well-reasoned?
Precisely. Then there's complacency.
Not a good thing, usually.
No, it's that feeling of smug, uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's achievements can stop you from improving.
Like a team getting complacent after a few wins and then losing focus.
Exactly that danger. And the last one in this group, conundrum.
A puzzle. A tricky problem.
Yes, a confusing and difficult problem or question. Figuring out the best path forward in a complex situation can be a real conundrum.
Okay, that's a great set for precision. Now, what about words for emotional and social nuances? Language is so vital there.
Absolutely crucial. Let's start with abate.
Abate. To lessen.
Yes, to become less intense or widespread, like a storm abating, or maybe someone's anger starting to abate.
The intensity dropping. Okay. Acrimony.
Acrimony is bitterness or ill feeling. Think of negotiations that turn sour. They might end in acrimony.
Nasty stuff. Okay, the opposite might be affable.
Definitely. Affable means friendly, good-natured, easy to talk to. An affable person makes you feel comfortable.
Nice. And ambivalence.
Ambivalence, that's having mixed feelings or contradictory ideas about something or someone.
So you might feel ambivalence about a big move, excited but also nervous.
Exactly. That simultaneous pull in different directions.
Yeah.
Then animosity.
Strong hostility, like real dislike.
Yes, a deep-seated hostility. You might see animosity between rival teams or political opponents.
Got it. Ardent.
Ardent means very enthusiastic or passionate. An ardent supporter of a cause, for example, full of fervor.
Like a devoted fan. And aversion.
Aversion is a strong dislike or disinclination towards something. More than just not liking it, it's wanting to avoid it.
Like having an aversion to public speaking.
Could be, yes. Then we have banal.
Banal. Boring. Unoriginal.
Spot on. So lacking in originality as to be obvious and boring. Banal comments or a banal plot in a movie.
We've all heard banal cliches. Okay, benevolent.
Benevolent means well-meaning and kindly, like a benevolent ruler or a benevolent foundation doing good work.
The opposite of malevolent.
Exactly. Now, cacophony.
That sounds noisy.
It is a harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. Imagine the cacophony of a busy street with car horns and construction noise.
Ugh, yes. The opposite might be camaraderie.
Camaraderie. That's mutual trust and friendship among people who spend a lot of time together.
Like the camaraderie among soldiers or a close-knit team. That shared bond.
Yes, that special connection. Then censure.
Censure sounds quite formal, like criticism.
It's strong, formal disapproval. A professional body might censure a member for misconduct. It's a serious rebuke.
Okay. Chagrin.
Chagrin is that feeling of distress or embarrassment at having failed or been humiliated.
Like messing up a presentation and feeling that deep chagrin afterward.
Exactly that feeling. Then contrite.
Feeling sorry, remorseful.
Yes, feeling or expressing remorse or penitence, affected by guilt. A contrite apology is a sincere one.
Okay. Convivial.
Convivial means friendly, lively, and enjoyable, usually used to describe an atmosphere or event.
It's like a convivial dinner party where everyone's having a good time.
Perfect. Warm and welcoming. Next, deference.
Showing respect, maybe to someone senior.
Yes, humble submission and respect. You show deference to elders or people in authority.
Okay. And demure.
Demure describes someone, often a woman, who is reserved, modest, and shy. It can sometimes imply a certain coyness.
A quiet, modest manner. Got it. Derision.
Derision is contemptuous ridicule or mockery. Laughing at someone, not with them.
Like meeting a new idea with derision. Scorn.
Yes, scornful laughter. Then disdain.
Also negative, like looking down on something.
Pretty much, the feeling that someone or something is unworthy of one's consideration or respect. Contempt.
Regarding something with disdain. Okay. And finally in this group, ebullient.
Ebullient, cheerful and full of energy, like an ebullient child on their birthday or a crowd celebrating.
Bubbling with excitement.
Exactly, that overflowing enthusiasm.
Great. Okay, moving on. What about words for analysis and critique? Useful for more academic or professional contexts.
Very useful. Let's start with abstruse.
Abstruse. Difficult to understand. Obscure.
Precisely. Like complex philosophical arguments or theoretical physics that they can be abstruse.
Means deep thinking. Okay. Aesthetic.
Pertaining to beauty or the appreciation of beauty. We talk about the aesthetic qualities of a painting or a design.
What pleases the eye or the senses. Amalgamate.
To combine or unite to form one organization or structure.
Right.
Like two companies amalgamating.
Merging into one. Got it. Anachronism.
Anachronism. That's something belonging or appropriate to a period other than that in which it exists.
Like seeing a character in a historical movie using a smartphone.
Exactly. That's anachronism. It's out of its proper time. Annotate.
Adding notes, like annotating a text.
Yes, adding notes to a text or diagram, giving explanation or comment. Scholars annotate texts all the time.
Right, providing context or interpretation. Antithesis.
Antithesis is a person or thing that is the direct opposite of someone or something else.
Like love being the antithesis of hate.
Good example. Or order as the antithesis of chaos, then apocryphal.
Apocryphal sounds like something not quite true.
Right. A story or statement of doubtful authenticity, although widely circulated as being true.
Like those urban legends or dubious historical anecdotes.
Exactly. Probably didn't happen, but makes a good story. Arbitrary, based on random choice or personal whim, rather than any reason or system.
So an arbitrary decision isn't based on logic or evidence.
Correct. It can seem unfair because of that. Articulate. Having or showing the ability to speak fluently and coherently.
Someone who expresses themselves clearly.
Yes. An articulate speaker is easy to understand, even when discussing complex topics.
Very important skill. Ascertain.
To find something out for certain. To make sure of.
Like investigators trying to ascertain the cause of an accident.
Exactly. To establish the facts. Assuage. To make an unpleasant feeling less intense.
Like assuaging someone's fears or guilt.
Yes, to soothe or alleviate those feelings. Doesn't necessarily eliminate them, but lessens them.
Okay, auspicious.
Auspicious means conducive to success. Favorable. Giving a sign of future success.
Like starting a project on an auspicious date or seeing an auspicious sign.
Right. It suggests things might go well. Then, avarice. Greed. Especially for money. Extreme greed for wealth or material gain. Think Scrooge.
Got it. That insatiable desire.
Belie. B-E-L-I-E.
Yes, belie. It means to fail to give a true notion or impression of something, to disguise or contradict. So his calm smile might belie his inner anxiety.
Perfect. What you see contradicts the reality. Belligerent. Hostile and aggressive. Ready to fight.
Like a belligerent drunk in a bar or a belligerent nation.
Both work. It describes that aggressive attitude. Benign. Gentle and kindly. Or, in a medical context, not harmful in effect.
So a benign tumor is not cancerous, and a benign comment is harmless.
Correct. Okay, candidacy.
The state of being a candidate, like running for office.
Yes, announcing your candidacy for mayor, for instance.
Simple enough. Catalyst.
A substance that increases the rate of a chemical reaction, or, more broadly, a person or thing that precipitates an event.
So an event could be a catalyst for social change.
Absolutely. It sparks something. Caveat.
A warning or a condition?
Yes, a warning or proviso of specific stipulations, conditions, or limitations. Like, it's a good investment, but the caveat is that there's always some risk.
A sort of buyer beware notice.
Yeah.
And lastly here, chicanery.
Chicanery, the use of trickery to achieve a political, financial, or legal purpose. Deception, subterfuge.
Like legal chicanery to win a case through loopholes.
Exactly. Clever, but often unethical trickery.
Okay, fascinating. Now, how about words related to persuasion and influence? Getting people to see your point of view.
Very practical area. Let's start with abrogate.
Abrogate sounds like ending something, repealing.
Yes, to repeal or do away with a law, right, or formal agreement. A treaty might be abrogated.
Okay, formally canceling it. Accolade.
An award or privilege granted as a special honor or as an acknowledgement of merit. High praise.
Like winning an Oscar or receiving accolades for your work.
Exactly. Recognition and praise. Admonish.
Yeah.
To warn or reprimand someone firmly, but often gently or with good intentions.
So, not as harsh as chastise. A mentor might admonish a student.
Right. It's often meant constructively. Then advocate.
To support or argue for something?
Yes, to publicly recommend or support. You can advocate for a policy or be an advocate for a cause.
Okay. We saw aesthetic earlier relating to beauty. Does it have another meaning here?
Yes. It can also refer to a set of principles underlying the work of a particular artist or artistic movement.
Ah, like the aesthetic of minimalist design. The guiding philosophy.
Precisely. Then affluent.
Wealthy. Having lots of money.
Yes, affluent individuals or affluent neighborhoods.
Okay. Alleviate. Similar to assuage.
Similar, yes.
Yeah.
To make suffering, deficiency, or a problem less severe. You alleviate pain or alleviate poverty.
Making it less bad. Got it. Allude.
To suggest or call attention to indirectly. hint at.
So not stating something directly, but hinting. He alluded to the problems without naming them.
Exactly. Indirect reference, amicable, characterized by friendliness and absence of discord.
Like an amicable divorce or an amicable agreement. Peaceful.
Yes, friendly, without hostility. Then anathema, something hated, cursed, or someone that one vehemently dislikes, often used like, that idea is anathema to me.
Strongly opposed to it. Okay, annex.
To add territory to one's own territory by appropriation.
Like a country annexing a region, taking it over.
Yes, incorporating it, often forcefully or unilaterally. Antagonize.
To provoke hostility, make someone angry.
Exactly, to cause someone to become hostile. Don't antagonize the dog.
Good advice. Appease.
To pacify or placate someone by acceding to their demands often has a negative connotation of giving in to an aggressor.
Like the historical policy of appeasement before World War II, trying to satisfy demands to avoid conflict.
That's the classic example, yes. Arbitrate. To act as an arbitrator, to settle a dispute between two parties after hearing arguments from both.
Like a neutral third party arbitrating a labor dispute.
Exactly. Making a binding decision, usually. Aspersion. An attack on the reputation or integrity of someone or something, usually in the phrase and cast aspersions.
So spreading rumors or making damaging remarks.
Yes, trying to harm someone's reputation. Assent. To express approval or agreement, typically officially.
Like giving your assent to a proposal, agreeing.
Yes, formal agreement. Audacious, showing a willingness to take surprisingly bold risks. Daring.
Like an audacious plan or an audacious climber.
Yes. It can also mean showing a lack of respect, being impudent.
Ah, okay, context matters. Augment.
To make something greater by adding to it, increase.
Like augmenting your income with a second job or augmenting a collection.
Both work.
Yeah.
Increasing or adding to, avert. Two main meanings. To turn away one's eyes or thoughts, or to prevent or ward off an undesirable occurrence, like averting disaster or averting a crisis.
Taking action to stop something bad. And lastly, banter.
Playful and friendly exchange of teasing remarks.
Like lighthearted banter between friends or colleagues. Joking around.
Exactly, good-natured teasing.
Okay, great list for persuasion. Now let's tackle words for complexity and depth, getting into the tricky stuff.
Right, for more intricate ideas, how about abysmal?
Sounds really bad.
It means extremely bad, appalling, like abysmal working conditions or an abysmal performance.
Okay, rock bottom, accrue.
To accumulate or receive payments or benefits over time.
Like interest accruing in a savings account. Or benefits accruing.
Correct. Building up over time. Acquiesce. To accept something reluctantly, but without protest.
So you don't really agree, but you go along with it quietly.
That's the idea. Passive acceptance. Adulterate. To render something poorer in quality by adding another substance, typically an inferior one, often used with food or drink.
Like adulterating olive oil with cheaper oils. Watering something down.
Exactly. Debasing the quality. Aegis. A-E-G-I-S. Yes, aegis. It means the protection, backing, or support of a particular person or organization.
So a study conducted under the aegis of the university has its backing and protection.
Right. It gives it authority or legitimacy, akin, of similar character, related by blood, though less common now, or similar in nature.
So his reaction was akin to panic. Similar to panic.
Exactly. Shows similarity, altruism, disinterested and selfless concern for the well-being of others.
Acting out of genuine care for others, not for personal gain.
That's the core of it. Selflessness, amorphous, without a clearly defined shape or form, lacking structure.
Like an amorphous blob, or an amorphous plan that lacks detail.
Both fit. Shapeless or vague. Anomaly, again.
We had this early deviating from the norm. Still relevant here for complexity.
Yes, because complex systems often exhibit anomalies, unexpected results that need deeper investigation.
Ah, okay. Apex.
The top or highest part of something, especially one forming a point. The apex of a triangle or the apex of a mountain.
The very peak. And apogee. Sounds similar.
Similar, but often used more figuratively. It's the highest point in the development of something, a climax or culmination, or technically the furthest point in an orbit.
So the apogee of his career was when he won the Nobel Prize, the highest point.
Exactly. A peak achievement, apposite, apt in the circumstances or in relation to something, relevant.
So an apposite comment is one that's particularly relevant and fitting for the situation.
Correct. Well-suited, arduous, involving or requiring strenuous effort, difficult and tiring.
Like an arduous climb or an arduous task.
Yeah.
Really hard work.
Yes, demanding significant effort. Asperity, harshness of tone or manner.
Like replying with asperity means speaking sharply or harshly.
Exactly. A certain roughness in the way someone speaks. Assiduous. Showing great care and perseverance. Diligent, meticulous.
Like an assiduous student who works incredibly hard and carefully.
Perfect example. That dedication. Attenuate. To reduce the force, effect, or value of something. To weaken.
So measures to attenuate the impact of a recession, or sound waves attenuating over distance.
Both correct. Making something weaker or less intense. Atypical. Not representative of a type, group, or class. Unusual.
So an atypical reaction is one that's different from what you'd normally expect.
Yes, it deviates from the typical pattern. Audacity. We have this for boldness. Another meaning.
Yes, it can also mean rude or disrespectful behavior. Impudence.
Like he had the audacity to interrupt the CEO. That lack of respect.
Exactly. And we see austere, again, strict or severe, lacking luxury, still fits complexity.
It can. Describing maybe a complex, bare-bones theoretical model or a difficult, unadorned truth.
Okay. And aversion, again, strong dislike.
Right, perhaps an aversion to complexity itself, or a complex problem one dislikes tackling. Shows how context shapes meaning.
Definitely. Okay, let's shift gears to creativity and expression. Words for art, literature, that sort of thing.
Lovely area. Let's start with abound.
Abound. To be plentiful exists in large numbers.
Yes. Like fish abound in the lake or opportunities abound. Lots of something.
Okay. Achromatic.
Without color. Relating to shades of gray, black, and white.
Like an achromatic photograph. Black and white.
Adorn. To make more beautiful or attractive. To decorate.
Adorning a room with flowers or adorning a text with illustrations.
Yes, adding beauty or decoration. Alliteration. The occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words.
Like Peter Piper picked a peck. That repetition of the P sound.
Classic example. Used for stylistic effect in poetry and prose. Ambiance. The character and atmosphere of a place.
So a restaurant might have a romantic ambiance or a relaxed ambiance. The overall feel.
Precisely. The mood of the environment. Anthology. A published collection of poems or other pieces of writing.
Like an anthology of short stories or modern poetry? A collection.
Yes. Artifice. Didn't we have this relating to trickery?
We did, meaning clever devices used to trick. It also relates to creativity, meaning skill or ingenuity, especially in making things, but often implies something crafted rather than natural.
So the artifice of the plot construction. Skillful, but perhaps noticeably constructed.
Can be. Or just the skill involved, like the artifice required to create intricate lace. Ascribe.
To attribute something to a cause, origin, or person.
Like ascribing a quote to Shakespeare, or ascribing a failure to poor planning, assigning responsibility or origin.
Yes. Assonance. Like alliteration.
Similar, but it's the repetition of vowel sounds within words close together, like men sell the wedding bells. The E sound repeats.
Internal vowel rhymes.
Yeah.
Creates musicality, okay. Aurora.
The dawn, poetically, or the natural light display in the sky, the aurora borealis or australis.
The northern or southern lights.
Right.
Breathtaking. Beguiling. We had this for charming but deceptive. Here
Here it often just means charming or enchanting, captivating, maybe without the deceptive edge, depending on context. A beguiling smile or a beguiling melody.
So context is key again. Okay, bucolic.
Relating to the pleasant aspects of the countryside and country life. Pastoral, like a bucolic painting of shepherds and sheep. Idyllic countryside.
Exactly. Cadence.
A modulation or inflection of the voice, the rhythm or flow, or the end of a musical phrase. So the cadence of his speech was very calming. The rhythm.
Yes. The rise and fall, the rhythm, catharsis, the process of releasing and thereby providing relief from strong or repressed emotions.
Like having a good cry as a catharsis, or writing as catharsis, emotional release.
Yes, exactly. Purging strong emotions. Chiaroscuro, sounds Italian.
It is. It's an artistic term for the treatment of light and shade in drawing and painting. Strong contrast between light and dark.
Like in Rembrandt's paintings, that dramatic lighting.
Perfect example. Creates depth and drama. Cognizant.
Having knowledge or being aware of. Formal way of saying aware.
So we must be cognizant of the risks. Aware of them.
Correct. A connotation. An idea or feeling that a word invokes for a person in addition to its literal or primary meaning.
So the word home has connotations of warmth and security beyond just being a place to live, the implied feelings.
Exactly. The emotional baggage of a word. Crescendo.
A gradual increase in loudness in music or a climax reached after a gradual increase, Like the argument built to a crescendo, increasing intensity.
Yes, or the music reaching its crescendo. Dénouement sounds French.
It is. The final part of a play, movie, or narrative in which the strands of the plot are drawn together and matters are explained or resolved. The wrap-up at the end, where everything gets sorted out.
Exactly. The resolution.
And
ebullience again.
yes, that cheerful energy, very relevant to creative expression too, the ebullience of a performer or a piece of art.
True. That infectious enthusiasm.
Okay, moving towards the tougher side of life.
Right.
Words for conflict and resolution.
Important vocabulary for understanding history, law, and even personal disputes. Let's start with abdicate.
To give up a position, right? Like a king abdicating the throne.
Yes, to renounce one's throne. Or, more broadly, to fail to fulfill responsibility.
Okay, aberrant again. Departing from the standard, how does it fit conflict?
Aberrant behavior can certainly cause conflict if it violates norms or expectations.
True, abscond.
To leave hurriedly and secretly, typically to avoid detection of or arrest for an unlawful action.
Like a thief absconding with the loot, running away secretly.
Exactly. Often implies wrongdoing. Acrimonious. We had this for bitter feelings. Very relevant here.
Yes, acrimonious disputes, acrimonious negotiations, full of anger and bitterness.
Definitely. Adjudicate. To make a formal judgment or decision about a problem or disputed matter, usually by a judge or arbiter.
Like a court adjudicating a claim, officially deciding.
Yes. Adversary.
An opponent in a conflict, contest, or dispute. Your rival, the person you're fighting against.
Correct. Affront. An action or remark that causes outrage or offense. A deliberate insult.
Treating someone's comment as a personal affront, taking offense.
Yes. Amnesty. An official pardon for people who have been convicted of political offenses.
A general pardon, often after a conflict, to allow people to return or be forgiven.
Exactly. Often aimed at reconciliation. Animosity, again, strong hostility, central to conflict.
Yes, hard to resolve things when there's deep animosity, appeasement, giving in to demands.
Right, that strategy of trying to pacify an aggressor by making concessions, often controversial.
Arbitration, settling a dispute via a third party.
Yes, using an arbitrator instead of going to court, often. Armistice.
A truce, an agreement to stop fighting.
Yes, an agreement made by opposing sides in a war to stop fighting for a certain time. It's not necessarily peace, just a pause in hostilities.
Okay, bellicose.
Demonstrating aggression and willingness to fight. Warlike.
Like bellicose statements that threaten war.
Exactly. Belligerence.
Aggressive or warlike behavior. The state of being bellicose. So one is the attitude, bellicose. The other is the behavior, belligerence.
Roughly, yes. Closely related. Capitulate.
To surrender, give up.
Yes. Cease to resist an opponent or an unwelcome demand. Surrender.
The army was forced to capitulate. Okay, clemency.
Mercy. Lenience, especially in sentencing.
Like asking the judge for clemency. Asking for mercy.
Let's say, coerce. To persuade an unwilling person to do something by using force or threats.
Forcing someone against their will.
Correct. Coercion invalidates consent. Conciliatory. Intended or likely to placate or pacify. Peacemaking.
Like making a conciliatory gesture to try and mend fences.
Exactly. Aimed at reducing tension. Conflagration. An extensive fire that destroys a great deal of land or property.
A huge destructive fire.
Yes. Or metaphorically, a large and destructive conflict or war.
Ah, okay. And contentious.
Causing or likely to cause an argument. Controversy.
Like a contentious issue that everyone argues about.
Precisely. Something that sparks disagreement.
Right. Now, words about time and change. History. Transformation.
Very important concepts. Let's start with anachronistic. We had an anachronism. This is the adjective form.
Yes, belonging to a period other than that being portrayed. Something that seems out of its proper time. That smartphone in the Roman epic is anachronistic.
Got it. Antecedent.
A thing or event that existed before or logically precedes another. A precursor. Like the antecedent events led up to the war. Things that came before.
Exactly. Helps understand cause and effect. Antiquated. Old-fashioned or outdated. No longer useful or suitable.
Like antiquated machinery or antiquated ideas.
Yes. Apparition. A ghost or ghost-like image of a person. Or just something remarkable or unexpected that appears.
A spooky apparition. Or the sudden apparition of a figure in the doorway.
Both senses work. Archaic. Very old or old-fashioned. Often used for language or laws that are no longer in common use.
Like archaic words you only find in very old texts.
Right. Augur. To portend a good or bad outcome. To be a sign of.
Like these dark clouds augur rain, signify its coming.
Yes. Or, this success augurs well for the future. It predicts or indicates.
Okay. Brevity.
Concise and exact use of words in writing or speech. Shortness of time.
Like, brevity is the soul of wit, being brief.
Exactly. Shortness, conciseness, chronicle. A factual written account of important or historical events in the order of their occurrence. Or the verb to record such events.
Like the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, or a historian chronicling a period.
Yes, a detailed, ordered record. Cyclic. Occurring in cycles, recurring regularly.
Like the cyclic nature of the seasons, or cyclic economic trends.
Both good examples. Repeating patterns. Decadence. Moral or cultural decline as characterized by excessive indulgence in pleasure or luxury.
Like the supposed decadence of the late Roman Empire, over-the-top luxury and moral decay.
That's the common idea, yes. Denigrate. To criticize unfairly. Disparage. To attack someone's reputation.
Like trying to denigrate your opponent during a debate. Belittle them unfairly.
Correct. Ephemeral. Lasting for a very short time. Fleeting.
Like the ephemeral beauty of a sunset, or youth being ephemeral.
Yes. Transient, short-lived. Epoch. A particular period of time in history or a person's life, marked by notable events or characteristics.
Like the Victorian epoch or the digital epoch, a distinct era.
Exactly. A significant period. Eternal. Lasting or existing forever, without end or beginning.
Like the quest for eternal life, or eternal truths.
Right. Timelessness. Evanescent. Soon passing out of sight, memory, or existence. Quickly fading or disappearing. Similar to ephemeral, maybe even more delicate.
Like an evanescent mist, or an evanescent dream upon waking.
Lovely examples. Very fleeting. Fleeting, lasting for a very short time. Very similar to ephemeral and evanescent.
So a fleeting glimpse, a fleeting moment.
Yes, harbinger. A person or thing that announces or signals the approach of another. A forerunner.
Like the robin being a harbinger of spring, a sign of what's coming.
Exactly. Immutable. Unchanging over time or unable to be changed.
Like the immutable laws of physics, or someone's immutable beliefs. Fixed, unchangeable.
Correct. Interim. The intervening time. Or provisional, temporary, like an interim manager.
So in the interim means in the meantime.
Yes. And finally, nostalgia.
Ah, that sentimental longing for the past.
Yes, a wistful desire to return in thought. Or, in fact, to a former time in one's life. To one's home or homeland. Or to one's family and friends. A sentimental yearning for the happiness of a former place or time.
Looking back fondly, maybe a bit sadly.
That's the feeling. Okay, nearly there. Our last category is about power and authority.
Governance, control, influence. Very relevant. Let's go. Absolve.
To set or declare someone free from blame, guilt, or responsibility.
Like a priest absolving sins or a court absolving someone of blame.
Yes, freeing from guilt. Accede. Two meanings again.
Yes. To agree to a demand, request, or treaty, or to assume an office or position.
So the king acceded to the throne, or the government acceded to the demands.
Both work. Agreeing or taking power. Autonomy.
A right or condition of self-government. Independence.
Like a region fighting for autonomy, or personal autonomy, making your own choices.
Both senses apply. Self-rule. Bureaucracy. A system of government in which most important decisions are made by state officials rather than elected representatives, often implies complex, inefficient administration.
Ah, so complaining about government bureaucracy means dealing with lots of complicated rules and officials.
That's the common usage, yes. Red tape. Coercion. Again, using force or threats, clearly related to power.
Yes, the abuse of power often involves coercion. Consolidate.
To combine a number of things into a single, more effective whole, or to make something physically stronger or more solid.
Like consolidating power means bringing it all under your control, or consolidating debts.
Yes, bringing together, strengthening control. Decree. An official order issued by a legal authority.
Like a royal decree or a judge's decree. An official command.
Yes. Deference. Again, humble respect, often shown to those in power.
Acknowledging authority. Despot.
A ruler or other person who holds absolute power, typically one who exercises it cruelly or oppressively.
Like a tyrant. Absolute cruel ruler.
Exactly. Dictate. To lay down authoritatively, prescribe, or to say words aloud for transcription.
So a boss might dictate policy, or you dictate a letter, laying down the law, or words.
Right. Authoritative command or speaking aloud, dominion, sovereignty, or control, or the territory of a sovereign or government.
Like British dominion over India, control and territory.
Yes. Edict. Similar to decree, very similar. An official order or proclamation issued by a person in authority. Maybe sounds slightly more grand or historical than decree sometimes.
Okay. Egalitarian.
Believing in or based on the principle that all people are equal and deserve equal rights and opportunities.
Aiming for equality,
Right.
an egalitarian society.
Correct. Emancipate, to set free, especially from legal, social, or political restrictions.
Yeah.
Liberate.
Like emancipating slaves,
Yeah.
setting them free.
Hegemony, leadership or dominance, especially by one country or social group over others.
Like cultural hegemony, where one culture dominates. Or political hegemony, dominant influence.
Yes, that dominant position. Imperious, assuming power or authority without justification. Arrogant and domineering.
Like an imperious manner, acting like you're the boss, maybe arrogantly.
Exactly. Bossy and arrogant. Mandate, an official order or commission to do something. Or the authority given by an electorate to act.
So the government has a mandate from the voters, authority to govern, or a specific mandate to carry out a task.
Both correct. Authority given. Sovereignty. Supreme power or authority. The authority of a state to govern itself.
Like national sovereignty, the ultimate power within a territory.
Yes. Subjugate, to bring under domination or control, especially by conquest.
Forcing people or a country under your rule.
Yes. Forcing into submission. And finally, tyranny.
Cruel and oppressive government or rule. Rule by a tyrant or despot.
Exactly. Oppressive, absolute power used cruelly.
Wow, that's an incredible range of words we've covered.
It really is. And remember, just hearing them once isn't enough.
No, absolutely not. And just a quick reminder of some ways to really get these words into your active vocabulary. You know, things like studying them in chunks, maybe grouped by theme like we did today.
And actively practicing them. Don't just read the definition. Try writing your own sentences.
Yeah, learn them in context. See how they're used in real articles or books. Review regularly. Maybe use flashcards if that works for you.
And the big one, apply them. Try using them when you speak or write. Engage with media. Read challenging articles. Watch documentaries.
Writing regularly helps, even just journaling. And explaining a word to someone else is a fantastic way to solidify your own understanding.
Definitely. Mnemonic tricks can help some people too. The key is consistent effort.
Absolutely. Mastering this kind of advanced vocabulary really does make a huge difference in how precisely and confidently you can express yourself. It deepens your whole appreciation for English.
It really does. Consistent engagement, active application. That's how these words become truly yours.
Well, we've certainly taken a significant step in expanding your advanced English vocabulary today. But, like we said, keep engaging with these words, keep applying them.
Revisiting them, incorporating them into your speaking and writing, that's the path forward.
And this is just the beginning, really. There's always more to explore in the amazing world of language.
Always.
If you found this deep dive valuable, we'd really appreciate it if you'd like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel.
It helps others find us too. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thanks for listening.